So this is my official 2022 setup tour. Now I know a lot of y'all have been asking for this over on my TikTok, but it just has so many different things to it that I just didn't want to put it in one single TikTok. So I made a bigger YouTube video on just because I felt like a lot more people are going to be a lot more interested in that. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So we're actually going to be filming the whole video like this with some little cinematic overlaid shots because, you know, we love that good quality. So first up is my desk. This is actually the IKEA Bacant desk. I think it's like 220 bucks. It's definitely more expensive, but I absolutely love it. They come in a 60 inches, what I have right here, and I think a 48 inch too. I think it's also like 23 inches deep or something like that. It's a pretty big desk. It comes in a few different colorways. I don't remember what the top is for my desk. Obviously the legs are white, and this is some like light brown. It's actually more like a tan color. It's really nice though. I've had this thing for almost 4 years now, ever since like my very first setup ever. You can actually hold my entire setup with me standing on it. I've probably done that a few too many times, but it's fine. Absolutely amazing desk. So let's move over to our monitors now. So my main monitor is a ViewSonic 144Hz 27-inch 1080p monitor. It's honestly a very basic monitor. It's nothing too special. I picked this up on the last Prime Day. I think it was like $100 off or something. I think I got it for only like $150 when it's usually like $250. I ended up actually posting a video on this monitor on TikTok, and then ViewSonic actually paid to have it promoted. It was actually a really cool and random experience, but it was really fun. Next up is my secondary monitor. It's a 27-inch Samsung curved monitor. It's only running at like 60 hertz. I actually just picked this up from a buddy of mine for like $100, which is honestly a great deal because I think this monitor is going for like $220 right now. And yes, I know there's a little bit of a little gap right there. Honestly, I really don't care too much because I'm leaving tomorrow to go to college, so I have to take all this apart anyways. The bezels are actually really big compared to my ViewSonic. Like, you can barely tell if there's bezels here. It also has the little shiny plastic around it, not the matte plastic like I like. But honestly, I really like this monitor. It's really nice for what it is, and it gets the job done. But yeah, that's my monitor setup right there. Now, talking about my monitors, this is my monitor light. I think I picked it up for like 30 bucks. I got it right before I went up to college. I absolutely love this thing. It does awesome with putting a ton of light on my desk. Not only that, it looks really good too. It has a really nice aesthetic to my whole like setup. Now these monitor lights tend to come in a lot of different price points. I've seen some as cheap as like 20 bucks and seen some as expensive at like $150. I absolutely love mine. I feel like everybody should honestly have one. It's so nice. Now on to both my lights on my wall. Let's actually start with these lights over here because these are not Nanoleaf. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Yeelight, but these are actually the Yeelight light panels. They come in at like 130 bucks and they're literally just the cheaper Nanoleafs. I absolutely love these things. Literally my favorite thing about my setup. They come in a little 6-pack right here. Not only that, you can actually use their home app to control them. It's really cool. I think they should be released now. I remember I got them way before they released. They should be released now though. I'll put a link to these and everything else you see in my video in my bio. Absolutely love these, and I highly suggest picking them up if you want a cheaper alternative than Nanoleafs. Next up is my big old light bar. I actually like to call it my lightsaber because up there is broken and it kind of looks like a lightsaber. I don't know. My imagination is kind of wild sometimes. But these are actually the Govee Glide wall lights. I got these sent out a while ago and I have been using them in my setup like ever since. They honestly had such a nice touch and they just look so good. Like, you also can custom make all these different effects. It's actually a custom effect I have on it right now. But yeah, highly would recommend picking this up. Next up for these two lights. These are actually Ralino lights. I'm probably butchering that because I really don't know how to say their name. If you're wondering, that's their name right there. Also, both of these lights actually run on battery too, which is honestly really cool. I mean, you really wouldn't use them anywhere else other than your setup for me personally, but I still think it's cool that these can run off a battery. So if I just want to unplug them for like an hour or two, you could. But yeah, I absolutely love these. These things are awesome for making videos or streaming or anything. These are so cool. You can also buy a single one of these for what, like 60 bucks I think, or you can get the 2-pack of them with like 2 tripods and 2 ball heads for about I think 135. I know the price on the kit fluctuates. I think it should be 130 though right now, and honestly at the end of the day they just look really good in my setup. Like, and that's a common theme for me. I don't really care how much functionality stuff has, as long as it looks good. That's about all I care about. Kind of bad, I'm gonna be honest, because this chair is very uncomfortable, but I keep it in my setup because it looks good. Speaking of my chair though, this is a GT racing chair. I don't remember what series it is, but it's not a bad chair. Now, it is definitely not the most uncomfortable thing, but it's definitely not the most comfortable thing. I actually have this other chair. I forgot what company it's from, but this is actually really comfy. I tend to use this when I'm not filming or editing or anything. I would leave this chair in my setup, but like, it just doesn't look very good, I'm gonna be honest. It looks like one of those really cheap office gaming chairs that they have on Amazon. Let's actually talk about my keyboard now. So this is actually a Varmello Moonlight keyboard with drop Skylight keycaps. If you've never heard of Varmello, I'm honestly not very surprised. They're a smaller company, but they make some of the best keyboards like ever made. All their keyboards are handmade. Stabilizers on these things are amazing, and not only that, they sound so amazing. They do take absolutely forever to ship though. I think mine took like 4 to 6 months to even get to me. So if you're gonna pick one up, be ready for that. But I still highly suggest picking them up because they're completely handmade. And not only that, the quality on these things are top tier. Also, these drop keycaps are honestly fire. It fades from white to light blue to white again. I absolutely love them. I don't know if you can tell though, all the legends are actually on the side, not even the top, so it just looks super clean too. Also, quick little side note, the keyboard is not hot swap. Everything is soldered in. Like I said, it is all handmade, so you cannot hot swap anything. Now, next up is my mouse. I actually use the Razer Viper Ultimate, and I have been loving this thing. I've had it almost for a year now, I think, and this thing is honestly just so nice. It's super light, looks really good, and not only that, it's just a great mouse. I also just love how symmetrical this mouse is. That's all my peripherals for now, at least. I do also use an Xbox controller from Ars Games. And this is the controller. It's honestly really cool. It looks amazing. It looks super clean too. It is wired, but for only like 30 bucks, I highly recommend picking this up. Now, next up, my mousepad. Now, I have gotten so many comments and questions about my mousepad on my TikTok, and this is actually an Apollo mousepad. Now, if you don't know who Apollo is, they're a smaller mousepad company, but has now gone out of business. Well, I actually don't know if they're out of business. Their website isn't up anymore, so I'm guessing they don't make mousepads anymore, but this is absolutely fire. I worked with them a while ago. That's why I actually have this mouse pad, and I absolutely love it. You could pick them up for like 45 bucks, and they honestly look really good, and the quality of these things are definitely there. If you want something similar to this though, look up Getzy Aiden or a Desker mousepad. Now, next up, my audio setup. This is honestly one of the most basic and kind of scuffed audio setups. So for my mic, I'm using the Fine Ampli mic. They just sent it out like about a month ago, and I've actually really been liking it. The thing actually sounds so good, and not only that, it's only like 40 bucks, so it's honestly worth it. Apparently, you can control all the RGB, but I've just never learned how to. It also says really cool mute button on the top that sometimes doesn't like to work. Now for my boom arm. Now, I have actually gotten so many questions about this boom arm. What is it? Where do you get it? And so on and so forth. Now, if you don't know who Mounted is, they make things to mount your monitors and TVs and whatnot to walls, desks, or really anything. You could probably imply what they do in their name, but yeah, this thing, they actually sent this out a while ago. I absolutely love it. Been using it ever since, and it looks so good. It also has these really cool channel race plays on it for your cable, which is honestly just so nice. I think it comes in at like 60 bucks too, and you can find it on Amazon. I'll try to link it down below. It's like never in stock though, and it's super hard to find, so if I can find it, I'll definitely throw it in there, but if not, I'm sorry. Also, if you're enjoying this video and you're enjoying seeing my setup, make sure you drop a like and also subscribe for more content, because there'll be more content on the setup coming soon, and just a bunch of really cool content coming. But yeah, that is my entire setup except for my PC. Now, I have been specifically skipping over my PC because this is my favorite thing in my entire setup. Not only that, I'm doing an entire video dedicated to this PC. So if you want to see a full video about this PC, all the specs and whatnot, make sure you click on the video like right over here. So if you want to go see my PC, go check it out, because under this little glass panel right here is a very clean PC. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope you enjoyed seeing my setup. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more content, and make sure you go check out my PC video. Link is in the description or in the end card. And see ya.